So it's day 2 of our visit and audit of plantation so-called operations in Viewmont. We've mapped all the original forest and we've been allowed back in for a second day. I'm now looking at a error of my own making. Here you can see the original forest goes slightly beyond the boundary that I've delineated here, just a bit, and here it is, a pink bloodwood of over 2.5 meters in the round. So we're just having 11sies and we're in an absolutely gorgeous patch of fully mature ironbarks, awesome vines. These ones are 3 meters in the round, so this is fully native forest with rainforest understory, and we are inside the plantation. And look, I have to say, I made a comment about my mapping earlier, but this is pretty obviously natural forest, and this should not be logged. And any plantation trees in an area like this down here, they should not be removed other than through stem injection or some other form of non-invasive removal, because this is natural forest and it needs to be protected as a remnant. So we've made it down into this part of the remnant along the creek line. This is the imagery from the 1990s. You can see there's a large canopy tree here. We tried to get to it, but if you look at the imagery from 2009, you can see that there has been some so-called thinning activities, and this area has actually been thinned out. But there are still survivors with large canopy in here. This is nearly 2.5 meters. This is a rainforest tree. This is Alphitonia excelsa, or red ash. You see me talk about them a lot, but you do not get them very often this large. And then through the lantana is an ironbark, and we have the surviving remnant trees. So I just want to make it clear that we're pretty thorough about what we check. So we've had quite an intense walk from here to here. The plantation has come right down onto the creek line here. There's some nice tamarind down on the edge. This is all native. And then here, I'm actually just outside what I thought was the remnant. And here is a pink bloodwood, and then there is a really nice little gully down here that is in the plantation. It's got tallowood, red ash. We're going to go in there now and check it out and probably stop at that point. This part of walking along this remnant is absolutely superb. This is all dry rainforest. This is grey myrtle, pink bloodwood. This is the grey myrtle, lovely smelling leaf. And then 2 gorgeous trees down to a tallowood in the background. This is absolutely gorgeous, and we are inside an area zoned plantation, but it is clearly not. So I've just looked at the plantation metadata provided by forestry for this area. It zones it generic pre-94 Blackbutt, and the species is E. pilaris, which is Blackbutt, but the plantation species itself is actually Gympie Messmate. So one can't help but wonder, is the timber from here being sold as Blackbutt or Gympie Messmate? It's really obvious that the management prescription for this plantation area to the contractors is take only Gympie Messmate. And you can see the other species quite clearly on the edge in the remnant. This is a pink bloodwood, for example. More over here, along with a tallow wood and a red ash. That's your management prescription.